Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode, another exciting stream. Star Trek Voyager, Across the Unknown. We are entering Sector 12. We ended last episode with Sector 11. We were able to handle the whole uprising thing. It was fun, it was exciting, it was great. And now we come to a near conclusion to the story. I think this might be it. I think this might be the last sector. We'll see. I think this is where it comes to a close. It's either Sector 12 or Sector 11. We're going to continue the game and we're going to switch over to the next sector. I've taken care of pretty much all the research except for like a few that remain, which, you know, require just a little bit, but you know, I think you're pretty much saying I've had all the research that I needed. Everything else is just, you know, cleanup. Everything else is just what's left over. They're not of any real importance or significance. I don't really need them. They're just research that I'll just, you know, do so I can say I did all the research. Now there are a few things that I never got to research, but that's just because of storyline reasons. There's some things that you just have the option of doing and some things you don't, depending on decisions, depending on the roll of the dice, to say, and that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. So, of course, we are, you know, we're ready to go, and so we're going to jump right into it. And I pretty much have done all the Borg technology. I'm excited about that. Alright, yep, so boom. I'm gonna close this and we're gonna jump over to the next sector. And before I do that, I just realized I gotta check one more thing. I think last episode I checked all these things for any side quests that weren't handled, and everything else in here is resources. I'm pretty sure that I handled all the resource stuff, but just for the fact that we're not at 600%, at 600, I'm just going to very quickly just top everything off, because why not? Alright, robot research is done, and I wasn't really worried about it. So that's that. I don't really have to worry about anything else, right? Science. Science! And combat. And like I said, I think I did all the crew stuff because I just did the last thing for crew, which was observation lounge too, which I never used. I suppose it would have been nice to use. I think I have I have two researchers left, and then that's it. And I have way more research than I'll ever need. I've got 7,348 science. I was so dedicated to getting my science, so that's, you know, that's how that is. That's what I wanted from the very beginning. I said I want to have like 10,000 science, and now I have all this extra science, and I'm golden there. I've got myself officers' quarters here. I've got this science lab here that I really don't need anymore. I took care of a large battery compartment just in case I needed it. So that's full, and I've got a lot of energy to work with here. Even if I go over, I'll be fine. But I'm not really worried about, you know, using anything here. I suppose since we're coming near the end, I'm going to activate my cloaking device just so that I can say I did. Because I feel like maybe in the last episode, maybe in the last sector, the cloaking device will be of some use to us. I feel like I'm missing a shuttle. Oh, I got 4 remaining. I gotcha. But yeah, I think I'm done with the biolab. I can probably power that off because I don't see myself needing any more Borg nanites or needing any more gel packs. And I don't imagine that the biolab is going to be usable or needed in one of the main stories from this point on. But just in case, I guess, just in case I can keep that on. But I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna shut off, just in case. Bioelectric field generator, I can turn this off, because I don't know. The last episode is very much Borg's focus. I don't know. Do I need these regenerations alcoves? Probably not. Let me turn this off. Oh, okay. Actually, never mind. I did. Actually, you know what? I forgot. I did actually. I forgot. I did actually recruit some more Borg. I forgot about that. You know, I could probably turn off my hydroponics bay though. I'm thinking that's 18. I mean, I've got so much food. No. If I turn that off, then I will. Oh, well, I'll stop producing food, right? But I won't. Ah, well, I'll figure it out. I'll think about that. But energy-wise, I think I'm pretty much good for right now. Even if I do turn that on, this is for a second. Say I turn it on. 37 cycles. Okay. So on the last mission, I'm not going to be like cycle counting as much. So I'm just thinking of planning ahead for Sector 12, and if I'm going to actually need to even more focus on energy at that point, because I can always turn that on, or I can just again. I guess if I'm not, maybe I might need the shuttle bay for that last mission. I'm just kind of taking into consideration the workshop. I could probably turn the workshop off, right? I don't need the workshop anymore. I'm not workshopping anything else that I'm aware of. I think I'll take that back, because we have to actually use the there's some research what we have to do for the last one where like super. I'm not gonna spoil. I mean, you've probably seen the series, but just in case you haven't seen the series. Terrible outcome. What are you talking about? This is a Borg probe. I don't have to worry about the Borg probes.
What are your orders, Captain?
Order is take them out. And we're gonna take out their shields. And
moving to attack the aft, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready. Ability. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain.
Alright. We got some titanium, so we don't have to worry about that. We took minor hull damage, but we're not worried about that because our people are taking care of the repair rate is great. Is this line? No. Well, I guess I've got guys dedicated, so they'll take care of that. I'm full now on uranium, and I'm full on titanium. So don't have to worry about that right now. And so last thing I needed was some deuterium before I left the system. Shuttle ready? Great. Last research I need. And that's that. Any risk? No risk. Boom! Alright, I'm packed on that. I think I actually will turn on the workshop because I need to build for some more torpedoes. I just realized how much I'm down to 32. 32 is quite a lot, and I'm sure I'll be fine, but just in case. Now going on to the next sector. We are golden. We are golden. We are golden. We don't need anything else. I'm not going to waste any time. What about food? We're down at 6,000. There's no more food in the system. And we've got plenty of food. We got almost 5,000 worth of food. We'll get it in the next sector. Alright, so there. Let's go. Sector 12. Let's get to it.
Personal log, Lieutenant Tuvok. A sensor sweep of this sector has detected a possible wormhole. Further analysis pinpointed its location within a nearby nebula. The crew exhibits heightened anticipation and hope, despite the current absence of empirical data confirming its classification as a wormhole or its terminal coordinates. While in earlier years I would have categorized such a reaction as illogical, I now understand the presence of hope, even if not strictly logical, is a natural emotional response. During the senior staff briefing, the captain posed the question, what if this truly is a wormhole leading to the Alpha Quadrant? My initial assessment categorizes what-if scenarios as inefficient, hypothetical exercises. However, Captain encouraged further contemplation. Professionally, my primary directive would be the submission of a complete coherent data protocol to Starfleet Command, alongside aiding Captain Janeway in advocating for the former Maquis and Borg crew members during their Federation review. Personally, the reestablishment of my roles as husband and father after 7 years of separation would necessitate a rational and patient approach to reintegration. Should our journey now conclude, I would not categorize it as time ill spent. My personal development, both intellectual and experiential, has been considerable, and my analysis indicates I appear to have lost my train of thought. A momentary lapse. I must address this anomaly. The captain has ordered a course to investigate the nebula.
Personal log, Lieutenant Tom Paris. A sensor sweep just detected a possible wormhole in a nearby nebula. Yeah, you heard that right. A potential ticket home. The crew is practically bubbling over it, though our esteemed chief of security, the old stickler, is of course muttering about absence of empirical data and no terminal coordinates, but even he's got a flicker of hope. What if this truly is a wormhole leading to the Alpha Quadrant? After 7 years on this roller coaster, I started making peace with the idea that this whole journey would take a few more decades. And if all this really ended tomorrow, first item on the agenda, my parole review. I would need to remind the captain to put in a good word for me. She promised. But seriously, I think it would be the inevitable showdown with my old man. I'd even be happy to see him. I actually have hope. Real hope that we can finally turn things around. I mean, how many Starfleet admirals can boast a son who's a tragically lost ace pilot hero and future best-selling holo novel author? After that, I'm thinking of officially rejoining Starfleet. My vision? Starfleet star pilot, testing the newest models, breaking the Warp 10 barrier. I mean, what could possibly go wrong, right? It's not like I'd turn into a lizard or something. Then, a proper victory tour. Tell all the cadets about our adventures in the Delta Quadrant. Sign some autographs and a mandatory stop at Chez Sandrine, maybe with the Delaney sisters. It's been quite a ride to get to this point. And honestly, without a shred of irony, it's been the best thing that ever happened to me. I sometimes wonder about the version of Tom Paris that would exist if I'd said no to Captain Janeway back then. Probably just a loser and a drunk. Probably. Anyway, we're on course to investigate the nebula. Wish us luck.
Huh. So I feel like his mention of the Delaney sisters means that in this storyline he doesn't marry B'Elanna. Which strikes me as rather curious, because he was either interested in B'Elanna or Kes. If in one storyline, if B'Elanna died, he married Kes and he had kids with Kes, and then Kes's child and his child ended up marrying Kim, Harry Kim, yeah, that was a whole storyline. Of course, in the main storyline, of course, he married B'Elanna, and they lived happily ever after, had a child of their own. Maybe 2. How many kids do they have? I don't know exactly. how many kids they had. I know they had one in the show, but I'm not sure about afterwards if they had any more. Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of surprised that they didn't continue that as part of his storyline, since B'Elanna lived in this. You know, I didn't lose B'Elanna at any point intentionally in my playthrough, and I even have a second B'Elanna. So we've got a Klingon human B'Elanna, half Klingon, half human. Then we have the full Klingon B'Elanna. I would love to see their interactions in the storyline. I wish that was a possibility, to see them like talking to each other, or interacting, or arguing with each other, or even being friends. Because I could imagine they'd argue a lot, but they'd also probably be amazing friends. Having a lot of history with each other and being the same person. Okay. Resources. So we got plenty of resources in this system, but I really don't need anything at this point. I'm pretty much maxed out and everything. So we're good there. Wait until your crew returns from shore leave. I guess that gives me time to go and collect some food. So that was the one thing I was lacking. And yeah. Alright, so I've taken care of that. I think we're officially done. No more research. No anything. Everything's taken care of. I have successfully researched everything there is to research. But we're at the end, so I don't really have to worry about that, because we've done all that and we're good. So it's the last time I entered that pane. 20 movers have returned from shore leave. Now they're happy. Yay. Well, that puts our okay, now we're at 0. Exactly 0 for morale. No up, no down. Just 4,000. Everyone's housed, everyone's happy, everything's balanced out. The nebula is here. Okay, collect the food. High yields. What's the risk here? Hydroponics bay. Terrible. Wow. 4 crew got... Wow, I was not expecting that outcome. That sucked. Okay, that's fortunately we've got Kaz here to do great work. I guess I'll buy food from the trading station, because what are the chances? For Borg, okay, so trade the lithium 9 for Borg nanites plus 4. That's the next best thing, because Borg nanites are the only thing that I can't find in this system. So I've got plenty of dilithium crystals, so I'm swimming in there. So now I got 25 Borg nano probes, as if I need them. Alright. As if I need them. Well, I guess I might need them in the next storyline if I come across, like, have to use some Borg to some new technology and build another Borg technology of some kind. Alright. Let's jump in here. Titanium. I definitely know when I jump into the system in this nebula, I'll probably need some kind of something here. There's a Borg cube right there. This is just a Borg cube. No resources here, right? Nothing to, alright. More food, which we need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in this system. I'm going to jump straight into getting the food. Then after that, I'm going to start the mission here. But food's really the only thing that I'm short on. I kind of want to shut down... Oh, no, I can do that. So let me do this. Let me turn off... Biolab, I don't need this to do this anymore, so I can just... how do we turn off the... Nope, I don't want either of these two. Stop. How do we stop crafting? How do I keep this on, but stop the crafting? I don't want to craft anymore. I guess I just have to shut it off. because there's no off switch, really. Will I need to buy a lab? Will it be important for my mission? I don't know. Hydroponics bay is damaged. I can turn this off though, right? I'm not sure. Okay. Do I need the shuttle bay? Honestly, for this last mission, I'm not really sure what I need for this last, so we'll just kind of work with everything we have right now. Part of me thinks having that cloaking device is going to come in handy, but again, I'll turn it on once I jump into that next system, and I'm like right next to it, and then I'll just, you know, spin the cycles the way I spin the cycles. Alright, so let's jump in here. Hydroponics bay, turn that on, so now that's good. The workshop is great. I'm gonna build 5 more. There we go. This is gonna take. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and see. Send a shuttle into the ocean to collect food. Okay, sensors detect a pelagic planet with a diverse ecosystem whose oceans are home to a multitude of plants, fish, and life forms. Ooh. I like this. I like this. Mass, let's see. That wouldn't be good anyway. So let's do it. Use a shuttle to collect. There we go. I got all the food I need. I'm just shy of being maxed out, so I'm not really worried about that. My crew's got double portions of food, so they're really happy. Okay, and now I'm going to go into the ship. I'm going to turn on the cloaking device, switch on. Alright, and hold on, is there one thing I can do here? I'm just thinking that there's got to be one little thing I can turn off. Again, I'm not doing a workshop because that's building something. I can turn off neuroelectric field generator? No, we're going to workspace again. There's something I can turn off besides the cloaking device. Disruptor array, sick base needed. No one's hurt. Everyone's been repaired. Well, everyone's been not repaired. This everyone's been helped. Okay. Alright, no worries. We'll just go with that. Okay. Let's go to the nebula. Running on emergency batteries. Okay. Captain, reach your destination. Orders, continue. Captain, our scans of the nebula are inconclusive due to unnatural interference. Your instructions? Ooh, we're going to see Dreadnought Dreadnought AI, scan for hidden ships. Scan for hidden ships with the Void War. Cloak Voyager before entering the nebula. I'm going to do Cloak Voyager. Success? Engage cloaking device. Yes! Engage. I estimate an 85% probability of remaining undetected. Alright, good deal. So we're going to go in there smoothly. I knew that cloaking device would come in handy. I knew it. Alright. A risk we have to take. That wormhole could be our ticket home. Take us in. And look at us. Flying through. Undetected with our cloaking device. Oh baby. 3 Borg cubes detected along the nebula's edge. Cloak is holding. Yes. Adjusting course. Keep her steady. A massive energy spike. Closing fast. Brace for impact. We are being forced out of the nebula. Wow, that was a scenic route to nowhere. No damage to the hull, at least. We're outside the nebula, exactly where we started. Head back in. You won't give up easily. Take us back in. Aye, Captain. Taking us in. Another spike. Shockwave incoming. -10 to hull. Back to square one, Captain. This shockwave did a real number on the hull. Another hit and we're in serious trouble. It is a deliberate Borg effort to repel intruders. Whatever they're guarding isn't worth our lives. Helm, get us out of here. Alright, well, on the bright side, I mean, I knew, I had an idea, and I knew that we needed to do the whole Borg thing. I mean, the Borg thing, the cloaking device thing, and so I'm just going to switch this off now. That was excellent work. Excellent work, guys, getting that there. We're going to go get some deuterium, and we'll go from there. And 5 torpedoes crafted, yay. Alright, so we're going to grab some deuterium from here. What's the safest route? This is the safest route. Sickbay, level 2. Borg maturation chamber. Try to reactivate some of the drones. That's actually an interesting thought. Borg maturation chamber really does have some options there outside of just being used for Borg maturation chamber. But I don't really have the space for more Borg, so I'm not going to worry about it. Science points, as if I need them. There's nothing else to science. So it doesn't really matter. I'm still creating plus 15 science. I mean, I feel like I wish that could be used for something else at this point. I wish I could use those science points towards, I don't know, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see. Hold on. Continue to explore the sector. Keep exploring the sector. Okay. Oh, 6 cycles. I gotcha. Alright, so I've got plenty of deuterium. I'm not really worried about the lithium crystals, but since we're bleeding time anyway, I'm just gonna go over here and get some more lithium crystals. Ooh, Borg sphere. There we go. Come
What are
get
your orders,
some.
Captain?
My orders are to come get some. My orders are get some. Get some. Let's see. I can take out their engines. No. Okay, they don't have any engines to take out. Warp core. I can take that out. I can take out their shields. I used to take out their shields. They've got 2 sets of shields. I can take out their warp core. That takes more damage. Requires that there. If I take out their warp core, they're pretty much done, though. So I'm just going to do that.
Moving to attack the aft, Captain.
Attack the aft.
Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. And ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain.
There we go. They surrendered. And we took everything. The Borg surrendering? That's wild to me, though. That's a wild idea. A wild concept to me that the Borg would surrender. They're like, we've had enough. We're gonna take this. We're just gonna take the, even though the 11s have a risk of red, I don't want to take any risks. Having said that, I'm gonna take some risks. 8. Okay, so pretty much the same amount we got if I did the other one. Oh, well, it's like 199. We're near max. That's right. That's fine. The hull needs to be regenerated because we're at 977. We took some hits. But we are good. I'm not gonna stress it. We'll just go to here, and now I'm gonna enter this car because you know I'm gonna repair the ship while I'm doing all this stuff anyway. So, before I do that though, I'm gonna save scum. Boop, doop doop, boop, saving, manual saving. Alright, you never know. I just gotta make sure, because there were some shenanigans 2 sectors ago. In game. Captain, I have detected a spontaneous anomaly in close proximity to Voyager. It is emitting high-intensity tachyon bursts, characteristic of a temporal rift. A swirling anomaly appears on the view screen, bathing the bridge in a mysterious cyan glow. The crew holds its breath. If it really is a temporal rift, where does it lead? It is destabilizing. I'm detecting neon discharges, possibly weapons fire. The signature is Klingon. Something's emerging. Recalibrate your deflector to emit an anti-tachyon pulse and seal that rift. It's usually considered polite to introduce yourself before you start giving orders. Haha, says Janeway to herself. I outrank you, Captain. Now do it. Obey orders, seal the rifts. Of course I'm going to do that. You'll be facing that too. There's a 90% chance of success. Seal the rift. Success. Rift sealed. The Klingon vessel's approach seems aggressive. Seems as if I have a lot of explaining to do. Yes. Welcome, Admiral. I see you still have fresh coffee. She is a coffee fiend, for one thing. She loves her coffee. Now the sneezies going on here. Some sneezies. Alright. Would you like a cup? I gave it up. A lot's happened to me since I was you. I shouldn't be listening to details about the future. Oh, the mighty temporal prime directive. Take my advice. It's less of a headache if you just ignore it. Well, it seems you're doing that right now. Why are you here, Admiral? I've come to tell you to take Voyager back into the nebula. It's our best ticket home. It was crawling with Borg, you know that. Which is why I've brought technology that'll get us past them. Captain, we must consider the possibility of deception. She could be a member of species 8472 or another entity in disguise. It's good to see your diligence remains sharp, Tuvok. The doctor will find my genetic markers are identical to yours, Captain, merely advanced in years. Have Tuvok confirm the Admiral's identity through mind meld, or have Kes confirm the Admiral's identity through telepathy. Ooh, I like the idea of using Kes for that, especially with that being a 100% chance of success. No need for the doctor. We've got a quicker method. I can sense her thoughts, memories of Voyager, the crew, the battles we've faced. She is you, Captain, from another time. There we go. See, it's good to have Kes there. She wasn't actually still around come the end of the actual series. Ask her what's inside the nebula. First, I can start at the bottom. Ask her how she brought Voyager home. Voyager's home. I'm an admiral. Why tamper with the timeline? What happened to I shouldn't be listening to details about the future? Inquire further. I'm following your advice that ignoring the temporal prime directive. If you don't do what I'm suggesting, it's going to take you another 16 years to get this ship home, and there are going to be casualties, people you care about. Ask Marble who will die. Empathize. I'm going to empathize with myself, or with herself. So that's why it came all this way, even if it meant mending a few rules. Rules can be broken, Captain, but once someone's gone, there's no bringing them back. I mean, that's really true, actually. True. Truest of trues. True. Ask her about the Klingon vessel that chased her. That Klingon warship was firing on you. Why? What did you do to provoke them? Let's just say I had to borrow a device from the Klingons to make this journey, Captain. The costs they demanded were unacceptable. Okay. Ask her what's inside the nebula. What's inside the nebula? You didn't come all this way without a reason. As I said, you're taken home. A wormhole leading straight into the Delta Quadrant. Ask her about the technology she brought. You said you brought technology. Care to specify? Shielding and weaponry designed to counter the Borg. With a little work, they can be adapted to fit Voyager. A blade of armor unlocked in the combat tech tree, and I've got plenty of science for that, so no worries there. If this gives us an edge against the Borg, we'll take it. 7. Prepare the plans for integration. Alright, so we're gonna do the transphasic torpedoes inside the workshop. Alright, so transphasic. Ooh, nice. And I've got plenty of resources for that. Boop. So transphasic torpedoes, we're gonna have to create a whole bunch of those. Or maybe it's gonna convert all our torpedoes to transphasic torpedoes. Who knows? Science. So now we're gonna go to combat, and a blade of armor is up there. Okay, that's it. So it's up. Wow, it's up there this whole time. That's one of the invisible ones. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Plenty of science, but it's only gonna take 10 cycles. Alright, so research that, research this. We're gonna go get some titanium in the meantime, and it's gonna be 7 cycles away. Alright, transphasic torpedo blueprints crafted. Okay, deploy collector probes for a safer, though less than up. Now we're gonna go with this. Let's see, shield generator, use shields to maintain a protective barrier. Okay. I gotta get some stuff. We're gonna go with this one. No! Okay, for a second there, I thought we were in trouble. Alright, there we go. We got some goodies, so now we're maxed out. We're maxed out on that. Titanium. You know, I'm kind of curious about the rest of the sector, because I've still got 3 other systems. I can't imagine that we're gonna need to go to all these, so... Are there no side quests in this one? All of these are resources. This is a resources. Resources, that's food. Resources, that's nice food. I'm gonna be going back to the nebula. Is there a reason to go someplace else? I mean, I guess if I just want to fly around, yeah. All these are resources. No side quests that come to my mind. A repair station. I doubt I'm gonna need the repair station for any reason. Resources again. Yeah. All of this is resources. Ooh, what about this planet? Tritanium. Tritanium! Alright. If at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off in titanium. Okay, that's like a little lame, I realize that. Resources. I'm just wondering what in the other systems is worth. I mean, I suppose if you need the resources, this would be great to fly in these systems and get all this stuff before your final. Not everyone's going to do the whole get a science station. Okay, we're gonna go there. I'll go to the science station for whatever reason. Maybe there's some research there I can buy from the science station. Maybe there's, yeah, I'm sure there's a reason why they give you all this extra stuff, because not everyone's gonna have like large cargo bays. So, a bit of, yeah, I spent a lot of time collecting everything and arranging things a certain kind of way, but not everyone's gonna do what I did with this arrangement with all the cargo bays right here. So it makes sense that they would kind of have to, you know, bit by bit collect, use, collect, use, collect, use, because they don't have all the space like we do here. Plus other difficulties, other challenges will come along that are different when you have a higher difficulty. Return to the nebula to fight your way to the wormhole. Okay, well, entering the nebula. Okay, yeah, there we go. We're just gonna do this. What? Help the scientists with their... Okay, offer some of the scientists to join the crew. Nope, ask for an exchange of scientific knowledge. Ooh, there we go. Exchange of scientific knowledge. That'll be great. Oh. Okay, that was I thought that was gonna be useful for like research, but you know they just. Well, that was a waste. That was a waste. That was a giant waste of our time. Thought there'd be more there. But I just want to just check out all this other stuff to see if there's anything here of importance, anything new that's gonna be helpful. Because I feel like if we go back into that nebula, this is gonna be the end of the story. The Forgotten Colony. There is a side quest here. Alright, so I'm gonna go there before I go to the nebula, just so I can cover all our bases here. Make sure everything's accomplished. Because once we do this, once we finish this, there's no going back. It's gonna be the end of the story. I think. I don't know. All of these are resources. Forgotten Colony. We'll jump into this system, and then we're gonna get some. Get some here. Deuterium. There we go. We're maxing out there. Now we're gonna fly here. And a bar cube.
What are your orders, Captain?
Whoa! It's right up on top of us. That is, yeah, that's a big boy. That's a big boy. So we're going to take out their everything. Take out their shields. No, I'm going to hit the warp core. I'm going to hit the warp
Moving
core.
to attack the front, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Okay. So we've destroyed one of the warp cores. Let's destroy the other
Moving
warp
to
core.
attack the ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Get over to those other shields. I mean, the
Ability
other,
ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain.
They surrendered, and we gained a bunch of stuff. Yes. All right. Okay, so we've detected a settlement on a Class M planet. The population appears to be Borg, but their technology is primitive and they are not connected to the collective. It seems a small group was stranded and has been adapting for years. They may have useful information and technology. Maintain a self-distance and study them. Okay, so we're just going to do duck blind and get some more science points, which I don't really need. Alright, so that was just that. There wasn't anything extra going there. Okay. So with that, I guess that's that. So we're gonna go right back to here, 15 cycles away, and then once I get here, there's actually I'm just gonna jump into this system first and hit up here. Alright. I think we're good here. What do I need? That'll help us out. That's not too much. There's not really much of a risk there. Cutting beam, shuttles. I was going to do the shuttles. There we go. Alright, just make sure that we're capped out on our deuterium, and then we're going to fly to the next system, which again is here. Pip. And we're going to go right back to the... I'm going to, of course... oops, that's what I want. Oops, actually, that's... I didn't realize that was a button. You do access this. Stored energy, battery storage. Oh, welcome back. Hey, Angry Wolf, oh, that was first time chat. Okay, been debating getting this game. How do you think this, what do you think so far? I really do enjoy this game. It's, I've been playing, like, every week I do a sector, and it's been fun. I'm a big Voyager fan. I've been watching the show since it first came out, so long time ago. I think, like, 1995, 1994 is when it came out. I've been watching the game. I've watched the show, and so it's after a couple weekly watchings. I know the show back to my head, so I've seen all the episodes, and it's fun going through all the different little missions and remembering and making different choices, or just designing Voyager and choosing what building's going to be where for what resources or for what technology you're going to research first, and tactical choices. It's fun, if you're a Star Trek guy. Yeah, TNG was good. It's really funny. Like, I was always a huge TNG fan. Over time, I've slowly become more of a fan of Voyager or Deep Space Nine over TNG, and I think maybe because I just have to rewatch it. I also really enjoy Enterprise. It's kind of, I don't know. I think my love of TNG is slowly fading, and just because of time and content I've consumed that's other Star Trek content. But I still love it. I'm still a big fan of it. I still love all the movies and all the characters, and it's good to see them come back in Picard season 3, and even the other seasons bit by bit. But yeah, TNG was good. TNG was good, but it's a great game. I'd say anyone that's a Star Trek fan, especially a Voyager fan, I'd say it's worthwhile to get the game. It's not a very expensive game, so it doesn't really take much. It don't really require much to just get it and play it, and you get hours of gameplay. And this is kind of one of those games where you play it multiple times. I need to go back and watch Voyager. I never really gave it a chance. Yes, 100%. Watch it from start to finish. Just binge it within reasonable time frame. But watch it from beginning to end. It's a fun story. You get to know all the characters. That's one thing I like to see. All the characters, they have their own development, and it really gives them time to flesh out everybody. I mean, you see growth in all the characters. Even the most annoying character like Neelix. I'm not a big Neelix fan, but from when you first encounter him. Versus at the very end, you get to see him just evolve, and you get to see him go through trials and tribulations and grow, and it's great for all the characters. I think the only character that I feel like didn't get as much growth as I wanted him to was probably I would say Chakotay and Harry Kim. Harry's kind of he's like one of those side characters that's very reliable, and he plays a role in the story, and he has his own different challenges, but he didn't get as much time to grow, I think, to really, level up as I would have liked him to. But he's still a great character. But it's a great series. I definitely recommend watching it. Voyager, it's really fun to watch, and you kind of fall in love with it, and all the characters. And it's really sad when it comes to an end, because we don't really get much Voyager content after that as far as their characters. Maybe like a few instances where they're mentioned in the Lower Decks show. I think there's another series that I didn't watch, which I probably should have, and it's the one with the kids on the ship. It was like a cartoon thing. It didn't have many seasons. I even forgot the name of it because I didn't watch it. But that's the only one I didn't watch. But it's it's definitely worth watching. Heard the game was like Fallout Shelter, but I didn't do well with that one, or maybe just the resource management. Yeah, resource management, I would definitely recommend, if you're going to play the game, start out with just the story mode, which is what I did, story mode, because you give access to a lot more resources, and also the threat rate is a little bit lower when you're in different sectors. That means you get attacked a lot less. So you're not expending so much resources, and your ship isn't getting damaged as much. Prodigy, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, Prodigy. I haven't actually watched Star Trek Prodigy, and I probably really should. And so I'll take the time at some point to watch that, because it's long overdue to watch that show. Even if there were some things when I saw it, I guess maybe the art style didn't really appeal to how I I personally wanted it to be, but I should get past that and just enjoy it because it is Star Trek, or at least try to. But it is some resource management. But when you start in story mode, you get a lot of resources, and so you don't have to struggle as much with resource management as the more difficult. And once you've played it a bit and you're comfortable with resource management and buildings and how everything works, then you can go up to the next level, and then you have more of a challenge, and you can really what you're doing, and you feel a lot more comfortable with it. If you like a challenge, if you like just playing the story and playing the game and succeeding and not having any kind of challenge in story mode, it's the way to go. You get plenty of resources, you get plenty of time to jump to all the different planets in the systems and collect things and play all the side quests, and it's still a really fun game. I definitely recommend playing it because it's anyone that's watched the show and they know how things go, they already have an idea of what the story's about, and so they can make decisions similar to the show. They also have an idea of what kind of technology they might get, but it's also just good for just trying something different. If you watch the show and you say, I want to make a different decision than Janeway did, then you can make a different decision because it gives you that option. I like being able to either agree with what she did during the show or make my own choice and see the consequences, and it's fun. I just think it's a great load of fun. I've really enjoyed this game. This is my first major playthrough, and I'm considering doing another playthrough. I'm just kind of trying to decide, with my time, if I'm going to do that one or if I'm going to jump into another game, because I have all these games I have bought but I haven't actually played. So I'm like, I love this game, I'm having fun with this game. Am I going to invest another like 12 weeks into doing another playthrough, or am I going to play one of these other games just to kind of get through all the stuff that I want to do there? But it's still, I do want to come back to this. I do want to play it again because it is a lot of fun. Or maybe just in my free time I'll do it, and not when I'm doing the stream. But it is a fun game. Again, I would say there's a demo. So even if you don't want to buy it yet, I would play the demo first. I think the demo covers like the first sector, so you can play it out and see how you like it. And then if if you try it out and you enjoy it, then get the game and play through it and really embrace it. It's worth at least trying the demo. I think it's a load of fun. I'll say that much. And you get the opportunity to do some different things, like I said, and you get some side characters. Like, I'm not really want to spoil it for you exactly, but you have the main crew. But then, as you make different choices will allow you to get recruit other people in the from the series that can join your crew, and they can help you with improving and help you with making different on away missions. Their resources and their talents come in handy that you wouldn't do if you just had your normal the crew that came with the ship. But if you just want to stick to some other choices, you don't have to recruit people. But it's fun. It's fun to have B'Elanna that's a Klingon as opposed to the standard B'Elanna that's half Klingon, half human, or recruit people that died in the show or left. And so it's great to again make different choices. Cool. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, 100%. I definitely recommend checking it out. Any Star Trek fan, any Voyager fan, 100%. I recommend checking it out because it is fun. It gives you a chance. It's almost like you command the ship, and you get to make choices. And it's a bit more strategy focused. And I really hope after the success of this game that they make more games kind of like this, or they take this game and they improve upon it and they give you like a what if instead of like a Intrepid class ship, it's a Galaxy class, or if it's a I say maybe Defiant class. Defiant's too small, that wouldn't survive, but I mean, interesting thought. But they give you the option of using different class ships or something like that, or just keep it and just add more missions. There's so much, there's so many missions that you can add on to it. So I hope that as the game grows, to give you more side quests that are just like the episodes. I really hope this game grows because there's a lot that you can do with this game. There's a lot more you can add to it. There's a lot more missions, maybe some more research, maybe some more challenges. But this is, again, a very fun game to play, and there's a lot to do. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and jump into in-game. I'm going to save scum this very quickly, just in case something happens. I will 100% be ready for it. Let's go. Zoom. Oh no! Okay, so now we're there. We're in that system. I'm going to turn our cloaking device back on. Whoop. There we go. 21 cycles. Alright. Let's do this. You're about to commit to a major story arc. This path will require your full attention for some time, and you may not be able to return to previous activities. Advance when ready. Okay, your full attention for some time. No way back. Alright. I am committed. Let's go. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders. Continue. Alright. Time to give the Admiral's Griffs a proper field trial. Helm, take us in. So the cloaking device might not be used this time. We'll see. Captain, a Borg cube is emerging from the nebula. I guess we don't need the cloaking device anymore. Voyager, a speck against the colossal bulk of the Borg cube, guarding the entrance to the mysterious nebula. Against such a behemoth of the collective, resistance would indeed be futile. That is a giant ship. Their weapon systems are offline. They appear to be waiting. What's their game? We're being held, Captain Janeway, and an inertia from your future. Advance to the rank of Admiral. Admiral, yes, apparently repeatedly thwarting the Borg Queen does wonders for your resume. I suppose I owe you for that. Oh, she's talking trash. Arrogance, a constant in your temporal iterations, Janeway. Your future technology is irrelevant. It will not protect you. Attempt to access our nebula again and your vessel will be eradicated. Consider this your final warning. Why is she so fiercely protective? Her reasons are irrelevant. She won't be able to deliver on those threats. The nebula is the only way forward. The Queen is not bluffing, Captain. This decision is too grave. It affects every single person on this ship, and I believe they should have a voice in how we proceed. No, the Captain decides. We will find another way home. Nope, the Captain decides. Headed to the nebula, engage the cube. I'm not going to ask for their opinions because I'm the Captain. And we've come too far to back down. Battle stations. Let's give them a taste of 2404. Alright, Borg Cube. Let's go.
What are your orders, Captain?
My orders are to layeth the smackdown on that candy. Alright. Warp core. We're gonna attack the warp core. I could probably attack their weapons first, but let's just attack their warp core.
Moving to attack the starboard side, Captain.
Let's move.
Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Whoa! I blew him up. I was not expecting that to be so quick. The Borg cube has been neutralized with surprising efficiency. All other approaching Borg vessels are retreating. Didn't I promise as much? It appears the Queen is reassessing our current tactical superiority. We should anticipate rapid adaptation. Then let's not give them the chance. Helm, full impulse forward. Ooh, that is beautiful. Helm, alter course to enter the aperture at coordinates 346 by 42. Yeah, this is great. Captain? Belay that order. What the H is that thing? The road home. So you see, Admiral Janeway is being so vague and so sneaky when she's doing this. It's really kind of sad. She's lying to herself, literally. It's more than that. It is a transwarp hub, one of 6 in the galaxy. It allows the collective to deploy vessels almost anywhere in the galaxy. You knew this was here. Why didn't you tell me about it? I'll answer all your questions once we're back in the Alpha Quadrant. That hub is a strategic weapon, Admiral. Leaving it operational means the Borg remain a dominant threat. The structure is supported by a series of interspatial manifolds. Theoretically, if we disable enough of them, we could cripple the Borg's transwarp network. A waste of time. The Queen regulates the manifold shields. You might destroy 1 or 2 before she adapts. Every second you hesitate gives the Borg time to analyze our advantages. This is your only window. Enter the aperture. That transwarp hub is a danger to the entire galaxy. As Starfleet, our duty is clear. We have to destroy it, or it'll come back to haunt us. Alright, so for the good of the crew, don't destroy the hub and enter the aperture, go home. For the good of the galaxy, reject shortcut and retreat, plan to destroy the hub. This is what Janeway did in the story. She planned for destroying the hub. And so I'm going to do the same thing, simply because that is the right thing to do, as much as it would be nice to just go straight home. But I'm kind of curious. If we just go through. It'll be a morale. It doesn't really matter at this point. But I'm just going to do this anyway. Alright. Helm, take us out of the nebula. That hub is a threat we have to deal with. Of course, Janeway's going to be upset with that. The future Janeway. 16 years. 16 years of relentless battles, sacrifices, and loss. I believe this crew will endure. This crew will break. 3 years from now, 7 of 9 will sacrifice herself on an away mission. Her loss will haunt the entire crew. Well, you could have started with that. You could have started with that. What you doing? Alright. Yeah, Tuvok will succumb to a degenerative illness that will rob him of his mind. Something easily treated back home. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Chakotay will make a fatal mistake. It will cost him his life and leave the crew in shambles. Chakotay! Okay. Tom will grow reckless, feigning immortality. He'll crash the shuttle and end up a cripple. Oh my goodness. That wasn't mentioned in the show, actually. That never happened in the show. Okay. Harry's optimism, his spark, it'll erode. He'll make it home, but the real Harry, the one we know, will be forever lost in the Delta Quadrant. Dang, she's telling stories. She's telling everybody everything. B'Elanna will become consumed by anger and grief. She'll take a shuttle and leave, believing she's protecting us. Okay. The Doctor will reach Earth, but every life he failed to save will become a mental prison, trapping him in an endless loop of regrets. There was an episode about that, where he was struggling with the loss of a crewman and the decision he made. And his program almost collapsed because of it. Neelix, the weight of the voyage will crush his spirit. The man you now know will be gone. She is going through every single crewman. She does. Admiral does have all the tea. She's spilling secrets. She could have started that way, but she decided she was going to wait until we made a different decision. She is telling it all. She's writing a tell-all novel right now. Alright, Kes will pass peacefully, yes, but long before Voyager ever reaches Earth. Well, she's only supposed to live like 7-9 years anyway. You'll become obsessed with reaching Earth at any cost, risking lives, alienating the crew, taking chances. You will make it home, but the victory will be empty without them by your side. You will regret it forever. Dang! Captain, Borg vessels approaching. They're encircling us. Did you truly believe my warning was idle, Captain? Your future technology is impressive, yes, but ultimately insignificant. We will assimilate your gifts, and then we will assimilate you. Battle stations. Alright, so back in the fight for more. And we're going to take him down. We probably should have just done it instead of been talking about it. But
what are your orders, Captain?
Well, our orders are to make them eat their own faces. Alright, we're going to take out their work core, right? I've been hitting the shields for the most part. We're going to do work core again.
Moving to attack the aft, Captain.
Attack the
Ability
aft.
ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Alright, we're doing pretty good.
Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
There we go. Boom, we're making it happen. Awesome. Hull status still at 90%. We're doing it. Captain, sensors are picking up another vessel. One tactical cube, heavily armed. Alright, that configuration. It is the Queen's personal command vessel. Be advised, engagement will be unlike anything we faced before. We can still reach that hub. Do you really want my future for your crew? There's more at stake. We need to neutralize the hub for good. Alright, stand by your decision, retreat, and plan to destroy the hub. As much as I would love to go home, I'm gonna stick with this and destroy the hub, or something else. Alright, and we'll do exactly that. Helm disengage. Alright, you can't be serious. You can't destroy your only way home. Leaving it intact condemns countless others. It's our duty, Admiral. What about your duty to this crew? 16 years of loss, remember? 16 years of loss, despair, death. Well, with your help and this new technology, we can do both, because of what you gave us. Or maybe not. Captain, Borg Cube approaching. They're not letting us get away that easily. Red alert. Everyone, battle stations. Captain Janeway, it is a pleasure to see you again. Ah, it's Relic, our old Borg friend. He escaped the control of the Borg. Mr. Relic, you gave us quite a scare. What are you doing here? We have observed your presence during the transwarp hub. It is our assumption that you plan to use it for your return to Earth. We are willing to assist you with this endeavor. Actually, Mr. Relic, we're planning to destroy it. An intriguing strategy, Captain, but I assume you have assessed the risks of such an assault. I would propose an alternative. Instead of destruction, we could secure the hub. I like that. I like that plan. Come again, Mr. Relic? We have already considered seizing the hub, but concluded it was not viable. With Voyager's assistance, however, our analysis changes. We could use this hub to liberate Borg across the galaxy. It would be a significant blow to the Queen. You, in turn, could use it to return home. It is a mutually beneficial plan, and I am for that. I am all for that. Seizing the hub. Commander, what do you think? Plus, we could use that hub in the future to travel across the galaxy too, right? Our position is clear. That hub is a threat that must be neutralized. Whether we destroy it or occupy it, our actions must serve the greater good of the galaxy. So Chakotay's not a bad guy. Chakotay's a good guy. He's got the right mindset. I'll spare you the false sincerity, Mr. Relic. What is your strategy for seizing that hub? Your rebellion, to my memory, is still in its infancy. This sounds like an amateur plan, and I will not risk this crew on such a foolhardy endeavor. Curious. 2 captains. An unexpected asset. Just ignore her, Mr. Relic. She comes from a future where principles are apparently nothing more than pesky suggestions. So what's the plan? Our assessment has identified 3 viable approaches. First, a military engagement. We would launch an overwhelming attack with our awakened fleet and Voyager as the nucleus. This plan is contingent on Voyager possessing great combative prowess. And we do. I had designed the ship to be a warship with superpower. The second is a non-violent technological solution. A targeted impulse could drain the hub's energy, rendering the drone dormant and allowing us to take control. This requires advanced scientific expertise, and we've got that too. The third, we beat the Queen at her own game. We construct a jammer to attack the drone's cortical node, briefly sever the Queen's connection to their neural transceivers, and reroute the signal to Voyager, allowing you to assume command. That actually sounds like a really cool idea too. Wow. This would enable you to order the Borg to enter a regenerative This would allow you to order the Borg to enter a regeneration cycle while we take over the hub. This, however, requires a high level of expertise in Borg technology. And guess who has that? This guy. I've got all of the above. Is either of these approaches within your capabilities? Agree to take over by force. That's 400 combat power. I've got a 500, so that's no worry there. Agree to take over the hub by beating the Borg at their own game. I don't have that many X-Borg on my ship. Agree to take over the hub by developing technology to dissipate the hub's energy. I can't do that because I don't have that research right there. So I guess the military force is the way to go because I don't have the Borg for this. I didn't build enough Borg alcoves, and I wasn't going to do that and have 100 Borg on my ship. I didn't build this technology because it was too much space consuming and not worthwhile. So I guess we're going by force. We're gonna take them by force. I wonder if that will mean Voyager will have to become Borg. That's actually a really good point. I mean, I suppose she could probably hook herself up to the Borg and then command them. That would be kind of cool to see if that was an outcome. I'd have to play this with different technology on my ship next time to see if, or choose to put more Borg on the ship than the normal crew, which that'll be like another playthrough at some point if I go heavy on Borg crew. We'll go with agree with take over the hub by force. Alright, I'll be blunt, Mr. Moralik. We have the courage and the firepower to get this done. We will take the hub by force. The Queen has been looking for a fight, and I'm more than happy to give it to her. That's right! I knew we were kindred spirits, Captain. This is a fight we will fight together for the liberation of millions and for your journey home. I'll admit I'm impressed. I never considered that option in my time. However, my approval comes with the contingency. If this plan fails, if my crew is at risk, all bets are off. I will get my crew home, no matter the cost to your rebellion. Admiral, your approval isn't a factor here. This is my crew, and I'll make the decisions that affect our future. Whew! Janeway versus Janeway, what a fight. Alright. Okay, prepare Voyager's offensive and offensive systems for a final battle to seize the hub. I guess I'm not gonna need the cloaking device anymore. Let's see. Oh, what was that sound? I heard a sound, but I don't know. Oh, thank you for following. Thank you for following Angry Wolf GSD. I really appreciate that. I'm still so new to Twitch. Sometimes I don't know what these the notification sounds mean. I really appreciate you watching and here with me as I go through this. I think I just have to repair the ship hull a quick moment here. Then after that, we're golden. So I'm just going to switch this on, and we're just going to fly away for a quick moment here. And once we've got... I don't really need anything, actually. Besides to repair my hull just a little bit, just in case. I have to be on the smart... We do this the smart way. We're flying on battery. Okay, so our hull is at 100% now, so we can go back and show them what's what. Alright. I don't think I'm going to need any shuttles, so I can probably turn that off. But I can now go ahead and... Oops, that's not what I want to do. I am going to... I guess I can turn off the workshop to give myself a little bit of extra power. What am I... It's really funny. For the life of me, my brain just... Okay, switch this off. That's what it was. Okay. So, now we're full there. We don't need them working. I doubt we're going to need these shuttles. Unless we decide to flood our people and put them on their ships, but we don't have any Borg to do that. My ship is ready. I've got, let's see, what is my fleet power? My ship's power level is 559. So, it's 159 more than I needed to complete this quest. I don't see myself needing a cloaking device. But just to be on the safe side, I'm going to switch it on. Because... why not, right? 5 cycles away. I wonder if that impacts my my power in combat. We'll see. Alright, starting this part will begin the final act of your journey. There is no turning back once you proceed. All of the paths will be closed behind you. This is the end game of Voyager. Advance when ready. So I'm just going to click no, and I'm going to save scum. Save scum! Because this is it. This is it. I could have made a different decision, but this is the only decision I had available. Was fighting. So I've got it saved. We're gonna do this. This is it. This is the end of the journey. Let's see what happens. Town, Captain, we'll reach our destination. Orders, continue. Alright. The fleet is in position, Captain. We await your command. You know, I just realized I could have hired... I mean, I don't need it, but I could have hired someone to help me. I just remembered that right after doing this. That's how it works. My brain always remembers something after the fact. We don't need the help anyway, but it would have been nice to have another helper, but no worries. Understood. Red alert. All hands to battle stations. Mr. Rowlick, we're with you. Let's show them what we've got. Alright, progressing deeper into the nebula, Captain. Strange. No welcoming committee. My analysis indicates they are aware of our presence and are maintaining tactical distance. Undoubtedly a trap. As long as they're not actively engaging, we may make it. We make our way through the hub. The Queen must be expecting us. Mr. Rowlick, begin the swarm maneuver, but keep your distance. We'll hit them with a full-scale assault. Hold your fire until I get the signal. Hub in sight, Captain, and a tactical cube is guarding the hub. Weapon systems charging. Alright. Captain Janeway, you return to challenge us. Predictable, futile. We have already adapted to your Admiral's future advantages. So, alright. And your new allies are as irrelevant as the rebellion. You have simply brought them to their destruction. To their own destruction. We're full of surprises, Your Majesty. Underestimating our will has been your recurring system error, not ours. Your will is a primitive algorithm. It is obsolete. The collective has grown wary of your disruptions. We will not assimilate you. We will simply erase you. Ooh, she is threatening full violence. No holding back. Captain, Borg ships are coming in from every direction. Alright, Mr. Rowlick, it's now or never. Let the endgame begin. Alright, so us and Borg Cube versus one Borg Cube. Okay, let's
What are your orders, Captain?
What are orders? Let's do it. Let's bring the pain. All the pain. We're gonna disable their warp core. They only have 2, right? No. Well, I mean, we could take out the shields and make them more easier to combat. Yeah, we'll take out the warp core. Warp core.
Moving to attack the port side, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shield destroyed, Captain.
Ooh, we took out the shields right away. And the weapons. There we go.
Ability ready, Captain.
Take out the warp core.
Enemy shield. Ability ready, Captain.
Boom. We are wrecking them. Wrecking them. Space. Okay, now we're going to take out their other warp core, because that's going to mess up their energy consumption.
Moving to attack the starboard side.
Oh, victory. Okay. That was nice. 99% for our hull status, because I made sure 100% that I have my ship armed to the teeth with defenses. Borg vessel successfully neutralized, Captain. Our allies are holding the line. Okay, Captain, we've got a second wave. They're coming in fast and from all sides. Okay. Whoa! Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's a little bit closer to what I was anticipating. We got 8 ships coming at us. That is going to be a fight.
What are your orders, Captain?
Our orders are to just do defensive actions. Let's see. What can we do? Okay, we're going to defend the bow. What are other options? Actions, initiate repairs. At this point, I guess we'll just
moving to attack the starboard side, Captain.
We gotta go from ship
Ability
to ship
ready,
to ship.
Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
And
enemy
boom.
shields destroyed, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields ability ready. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain.
Alright, there we go.
Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Let's go! Let's go!
Ability ready, Captain.
Alright.
Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain.
Boom.
Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Those
Ability
radiation
ready, Captain.
torpedoes do a lot of damage there. We are wrecking.
Ability ready, Captain.
Wrecking Ralph, baby. Wrecking Ralph. Alright. Boom.
Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Boom.
Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Alright, one more ship. One more ship. Did you see what we
Ability
did
ready,
there?
Enemy ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain.
Alright, victory is ours. I feel like we got less supplies with this one, but no worries. 97% hull status, that's great. The second wave has been neutralized. However, Rallick's fleet is taking heavy casualties. I do not believe they can sustain this for much longer. Alright. Captain, the Queen's tactical cube is coming straight for us. She's not sending any more cannon fodder. She's coming to finish this herself. You wanted to make history, Catherine. This is your chance. Don't disappoint me. Okay, so we got a cube with 192 against our 2 ships. Yeah, she doesn't stand a chance. She doesn't stand a chance. We are going to take out her... Of course! Ooh, her weapons, though, are 800. If I take those out, that'll really be a serious blow. But she's got plenty of weapons. No, I'm still
Moving
going
to attack the port side, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Alright.
Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Alright.
Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
There we go. Orders. We're going to go to the other warp core.
Moving to attack the starboard side. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Ooh, there we go. We got her. We got her.
Ability ready, Captain.
Victory is ours. Yes. Alright, we got plenty of stuff. Bork nanites plus 44. Oh, that's more than we'll ever need. That's way over cap. But it's split between 2, so I guess we're going to cap out at like 22, I guess. Alright. The tactical cube is destroyed, Captain. The collective's response has ceased. Alright, they're just floating there. Is this a trick? No, their Borg queen has been disabled, so they have to reintegrate and create a new queen. Is it over? Did we win? Captain Janeway, the collective is in a state of disarray. The destruction of the Queen has left the drones without a central command. According to royal protocol, the Queen's consciousness is being transferred to a different avatar, most likely in Unimatrix 001. This creates a brief window of opportunity. We must act now if we are to take control of the hub. Alright team, you heard the man. Set a direct course for the hub. It's time to seize control of the collective's greatest weapon. There we go. There we go. Captain Janeway, you have my gratitude. The hub is ours. This victory, it is immeasurable. With this, we will be able to free Borg throughout the entire galaxy. This is just the beginning. And you're not afraid of the Queen's revenge, Mr. Rallick? She's not going to take this loss lightly. The collective is in a state of disarray. When they recover, my people will be equal in numbers. She will not be able to stop us. There we go. There we go. And you won't be alone. The Federation may be able to contribute. We'll find a way to work together to defend this hub and to protect the galaxy from the collective. That sounds smart to me. They open the hub from their side, we fly through, and those is actually unidirectional. But we'll figure something out. Your assistance has been invaluable. Without Voyager, none of this would have been possible. We now have a real chance, a real future. Yes. And thanks to you, Mr. Rallick, we finally have the opportunity to return home. We'll be on our way. May you have a safe journey. Perhaps our paths will cross again. Oh yes, they will. So that's it. We're finally going home. You did it, Catherine. You did it. We did it, Admiral. This is not my victory, Catherine. It's yours. In my lifetime, I've grown cynical. I've been so focused on getting my crew home, I've forgotten about everything else. I'd lost my way. You reminded me of the captain I used to be. The one who fought for what was right, not what was easy. Now go. Get them home. What about you? What about the Temporal Prime Directive? You can't just... The Prime Directive can wait. I have no intention of returning to Starfleet. I'm a tired old woman. I think I'll go to Indiana, get a farm, grow some potatoes. This is your time, your crew, your victory. It was an honor, Admiral. I mean, she's not going anywhere just yet. She's still on the ship. She's... Alright. Yes. Ah, it's a nice image. There she is. Earth. We did it. We actually did it. We're home, finally. Can you believe it? Earth. It looks even more beautiful than I remember. Huh. It's smaller than I imagined, but so vibrant. It's so full of life. After all we've seen, it's incredible to be here. I remember it, a fleeting image from childhood. I can't believe we've actually pulled it off. After everything, we actually did it. Though the possible long-term implications of the occupied transwarp hub are still uncertain, I am experiencing an illogical surge of emotion. It is joy. Finally, the Alpha Quadrant. My triumphant return will undoubtedly usher in a new era of medical excellence. The accolades will be well-deserved. It's everything we fought for, isn't it? Every single challenge, every sacrifice, it all led us to this moment. We did it together. Alright, everyone. If you'll indulge your captain for one final moment before we conclude our journey. This is our speech, the crew we became, a force forged in battle, our journey of discovery. I would say she's a scientist, so as emotional as she is, we're going to go on our journey of discovery. 7 years ago, Starfleet and Maquis began charting the unknown, combining insights to push boundaries, learning and evolving with every star system. Knowledge was a formula. We conquered our family's triumph. Okay. To see all your faces safe finally home, that's a culmination of every science sacrifice, every bond, our family's whole. Reclaim our lives. We will not let our guard down. Share our knowledge. Share our knowledge. But we brought home more than just ourselves. New technologies, new knowledge. Now we'll share it all to advance the Federation. Yes, true. Helm, set one final course. Earth. Let Starfleet know Voyager's home. Ah. Admiral Slaw, Captain Janeway. The year is 2385. It has been 7 years since Voyager came home, and still the memory of our journey remains as vivid as... Okay, almost. We didn't just survive the Delta Quadrant, we conquered it. We stood shoulder to shoulder with fledgling Borg rebellion. Okay, well, that was quick. Alright. I'm not going to read this fast enough to catch up this. Okay, what was it? But I can't read this fast enough to there. Okay, later in a hall filled with family and friends who never gave up hope, we stood honored, medal shown, and applause echoed around us. I too was promoted to Admiral. My future self had been right, repeatedly thwarted the Borg Queen. Indeed does wonders for your resume. Now, as the Delta settles, I reflect on what came next for my extraordinary crew. Alright. So, from collective to command. So this is the story, what happens from having the crew on your ship. After our return, Starfleet initially harbored reservations against Seven due to her bored past. However, seeing her undeniable genius and genuine desire to help and learn, Starfleet quickly overcame its concerns. Seven quickly became Starfleet's primary strategist against the Borg, spearheading the anti-Borg Tactical Analysis Division, developing countermeasures and leading drone reclamation. It brings me great joy to see her so fully integrated on Earth, her individuality flourishing with every new experience. She is a living testament to what a second chance can truly create. Okay. My mouth is getting a little dry. I need some water. More than logic. Upon our return, Tuvok's degenerative illness was swiftly cured. He was soon promoted to commander and serves as my chief of staff. My steadfast confidence, a bond forged through every impossible choice. Tuvok's logic remains my anchor. I sometimes wonder if he still secretly monitors my caffeine intake. Captain of the Protostar. With the Maquis pardoned, Chakotay was promoted to captain, commanding the experimental USS Protostar. His mission to fix issues from Voyager's journey led to a temporal displacement for 10 subjective years. He eventually returned, reuniting with me as I commanded Voyager A to rescue him. Okay. Alright. Our bond remains unwavering. He's a testament to resilience and keeps my duties as Admiral interesting. Okay, cool. Where conflict forged innovation. With the Maquis pardoned, B'Elanna rejoined Starfleet. Her unparalleled ingenuity honed on Voyager led her to Starfleet's Advanced Propulsion, where she rose to Chief Engineer, spearheading next-generation warp drives. There we go. She could probably actually create a slipstream drives now for the Starfleet. Her old inner conflict teams were simply fuel for her brilliance. From what I've heard, she certainly keeps her team on their toes, and no, she hasn't broken anyone's nose yet. That's her way. Harry Kim's unwavering Starfleet ideals and relentless perseverance finally broke the mold. After years as the universe's most dedicated ensign, his unique experience propelled him through the ranks. In just 7 years, he achieved his dream, commanding his own Intrepid-class vessel. Watching the eager ensign I once guided, now in command, fills me with immense pride. Yes, Kim. Kim's awesome. Alright. Tom's exceptional piloting skills made him Starfleet's go-to test pilot and instructor for extreme maneuvers. He regularly visits Starfleet facilities, sharing tales of our Delta Quadrant experiences. Tom clearly enjoys the attention, but I couldn't be prouder of the disciplined pilot he became. And no, he never reached Warp 10 or turned into a salamander again. Forget artist. After our return, the Doctor became a Federation citizen, immediately resigning to champion holographic rights in one. Years later, he returned to serve as Chief Medical Officer, treated as an equal among his biological colleagues. Oh, and he discovered a talent for opera, much to the delight and occasional dismay of Starfleet Medical. Alright, Neelix. Neelix, ever the morale officer, brought a taste of the Delta Quadrant home, opening a widely popular fusion restaurant. Beyond his culinary success, he became an invaluable, empathetic listener for those of us struggling with trauma and adjustment to Earth. I often visit his establishment, grateful for his warmth, though I still approach his Loyola roots still with caution. I'm glad he found his calling. The Brief Healer. On Earth, Cass immediately dedicated her empathetic spirit to healing centers, aiding those with profound psychological trauma. Her short 9-year lifespan concluded swiftly. I will always remember her boundless curiosity and her eagerness to learn. Knowing she saw some wonders of our world still brings a gentle smile to my face. Knut's warrior spirit found purpose. He now teaches Starfleet cadets extreme survival techniques for desolate environments. It's truly inspiring to see a former Kazon warrior guide our future Starfleet. B'Elanna's Klingon half, fueled by fierce loyalty, now serves the Klingon Defense Force. Seeing her thrive by channeling her inner fire into a dedicated purpose is a testament to her finding her place. There we go, B'Elanna. Alright. Denara Pell's organ needs were stabilized by Starfleet Medical. She now continues her vital research into regenerative medicine. Her dedication and the breakthrough she inspires fill me with profound hope. Torark struggled to adapt to the Federation's peaceful ways and disappeared. Starfleet occasionally crosses his path. He's believed to be working as a freelance bounty hunter or mercenary. Taking him with us was a risk that, in hindsight, didn't fully pay off. His nature proved too deeply ingrained. Well, I mean, that's what it is. He is a fighter. They hunt. They're hunters. He should have been a bounty hunter for Starfleet. Arturus' profound understanding of advanced propulsion made him a key figure in Starfleet's experimental division, spearheading research into long-range warp drives. The slipstream drive. Yes. I'm proud to see his unique genius used for such peaceful endeavors. That's what I'm talking about. Pelk established a profitable private enterprise in a Federation colony, specializing in hazardous waste disposal. It's a testament to how even unlikely skills from the Delta Quadrant find a valuable application in a new life. Kashyyyk leveraged his unique tactical mind as a security system architect for Starfleet intelligence. Who would have thought a Devore could find such a crucial role in protecting the Federation? It's a pragmatic new chapter. Is that the last one? No, okay. Marla de Gilmore joined Starfleet R&D's ethical oversight dedicated to preventing tech misuse. It's her personal atonement for the Equinox tragedy. Seeing her channel her past into crucial vigilance fills me with profound respect. There we go. A new purpose far away from the stars. True to her word, my future self left Voyager's final descent into Earth's atmosphere. She found the simple kind of peace living under the radar on a small farm in Indiana. I visit her when I can. She's as stubborn as ever, but the local conflict she faces now is the local groundhogs. The thought is still surreal to me, but my former crew jokes that Starfleet isn't big enough for two Janeways, and maybe they're right. That would be kind of cool, talking to your future self, learning wisdom from yourself and your future life and a different life lived, and that's interesting. Alright, the Transwarp Hub proved to be the catalyst for a monumental shift in the Delta Quadrant. Fueled by this strategic asset, the Awakened Rebellion, as history books are calling now, has grown stronger than ever. More and more Borg vessels are freed from the Collective's grasp each day. In a truly historic development, Starfleet has established a formal alliance with Rallick and his Awakened Borg. While the initial diplomatic exchanges were predictably complex, Starfleet is now actively assisting in the defense of the hub against the Queen's relentless reclamation attempts. So far, we've held the line. There we go. Alright. They say the journey matters more than the destination. For Voyager and an odyssey of family and sacrifice, this was profoundly true. We honor those who gave everything for this journey. Their names may now be carved in stone, but their legacy and eternal flame of courage and sacrifice lives on in the heart of every soul who returned home, always. Yet, even now, I wonder, if I could turn back time, make different choices, could I have saved more of those we lost? I may never know. But standing here on solid ground, my crew safe, I find a quiet peace in what we accomplished. End log. Whew, woof, woof. Yes! This is it! This is the end of the story. The USS Voyager returned home, ready for A new story, a new journey. The crew back where they wanted to go. Well, that was a good run through, and there were some things I would probably go back and change, but that playthrough went very well. Mostly because of the difficulty, but just because it was fun. And the strategy, I did kind of drag my feet when it came to making decisions. I took a lot more time in the sectors than probably could have, but it played out because I got a lot of research, and with the research, new technologies, and with that research, new technologies, it made my results a lot better as far as getting things that I needed to get done. I was able to succeed with a lot of mission things because I was able to get the technology that I needed to make it a 100% success or 90% success or 80% success. So having the right technology and doing all the side quests really does make a difference. I didn't get one, and I didn't get the Borg children. That actually really kind of disappoints me. I never got a chance to save Egypt or the other children. I never got one. I was gonna save one and just keep him if possible, and of course the doctor was gonna lose his mobile emitter, but having one would have made a big difference. Well, I mean, not that big of a difference, but it would have been good to have him and see what his story was once he got back to Earth. But that's where you go to another playthrough and see if there's an option to get him in a different playthrough. But this was good. This was fun. And yeah, it's that sector really didn't have much to do, so I didn't really drag out going to all the different systems like I would have if there was more to do, more side stories. So this the stream kind of runs a little short, but successfully accomplished the goal of hey, we got to the end, we got to Earth, and it was a fun journey. That last battle was fun too. Next time I do a playthrough, I will use a different difficulty because that last fight, I mean, I dominated, but I guess I probably could have made it a little bit more challenging for myself. We ate those 8 ships up, and we ate the Borg ship up. We really did. Of course, the difference is I also gave my ship like 8 different weapons. Maybe was it 8? Or was it? I know I had the phasers. Then I had the disruptors, and then I had the cutters, the Borg cuttings. Remember, that's okay. So I had like 6 of those, and I had the torpedo launcher. Had a whole lot of torpedoes, so those was 6. And of course, also had like shield things that like increase the power of my shields, make them more powerful, less damage taken. I'm trying to think of all the technology that I got. There's a lot that I got, and I also had like something to reduce the shield penetrations. I was really focused on making it like Starship Voyager because I wanted to make sure if I got into a fight, I would win it with 100% success. I don't believe in half measures. I believe in if you're gonna be a fighter, you're gonna have more weapons than you need, and more shields than you're ever gonna need, and more everything you're ever gonna need. So I made sure I was strategic, and it was a good run. So I am ready, and that's that. That's that was fun. That really was a good time. DLC. I think I got all the tech from this too. Infinite regress. I think infinite regress was maybe the one thing I didn't succeed in. I think that gives me 1. I'm not sure. Didn't I repel? Maybe not. Because it didn't say new recruitable hero, so it must have been part of the main storyline. Maybe I did do infinite regress and got what I needed. Technology 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So infinite regress. Was that Inspector Kashik? Viculum? I can't remember what this came from. Alright, well anyway. That is that. I'm going to take a quick break here, and I'm going to decide if I'm going to play anything else or if I'm going to close the stream. So give me a quick moment, I'll be back.